Okay, this is going to be the next lesson in Unit 4 for Algebra 1. This is going to be on finding equations of lines, okay? So I want to talk about, let's say they said, write the equation of a line that has a slope of 3 and passes through, let's say, -1, -5. Okay? So, I want to talk about how you find the equation. They're going to ask you for two types. An equation in point-slope form, an equation in slope-intercept. Okay? Now, the way you get slope-intercept is you first need to find point slope. So here's the process. First thing you're going to want to do with all these is find the slope. All right? Sometimes they will give you the slope. Sometimes you'll have to find it. This time they gave it to me. Told me it's 3. Okay? Second thing is you want to do is you want to put it in point slope form. Okay? Now, here is what point slope form looks like. It's y equals an x. Okay? You put the slope in front here. In this spot, you put the opposite of the x coordinate. And in here, you put the opposite of the y coordinate. Okay? So in this example, what I would have is y equals, the slope is 3, it goes in front here. I keep the x here. So this is my x, this is my y. What's the opposite of -1? It would be +1. What is the opposite of -5? It would be +5. Okay? Then what you have to do, all right, if they ask to, if you need to get it, okay, all right, that's the first thing. Those are the first two things you always have to do. If they ask for slope-intercept, you follow these next steps. You got to distribute, and then get it in y equals. Okay, so what I would do is I would multiply 3 times x, which would be 3x, 3 times 1, which would be 3. Okay, now, to get it in y equals, all I'm going to have to do is subtract 5. Now, it's very important. I don't subtract from this one with x, I subtract over here. Okay, so what I got is y equals 3x, 3 minus 5 would be -2. And that's slope-intercept. Point slope, slope-intercept. Okay, we're going to do a couple of these problems. Okay, so we're going to write the equation of the line where the slope is, let's say, -4, and it passes through, let's say, 2, -8. Okay, and I want point slope, and I want slope-intercept. Okay, all right. So, what I want to start out by doing, very easy. I put a y, I put an equals, I put a parentheses, I put an x. Okay, what goes in front of here? The slope. They gave me the slope is -4. Okay, what goes in here? This is the x, this is the y. The opposite of the x coordinate, so that would be -2. Okay, here goes the opposite of the y coordinate, which is 8. Boom, I am done. Okay, all right. Now, what I would do to get slope-intercept form, all right, is I would distribute that. -4 times x is -4x. -4, whoops. -4 times -2 is +8. Okay, and now I would subtract 8 from this side. Okay, I got y equals -4x. 8 minus 8 is 0. Boom. That's my slope-intercept form. That's my point-slope form. That's how easy it is. Let's do another one together. Okay? Let's say we had to write the equation of the line. Okay? Where the slope is 2/3 and it passes through, let's say, 12, or negative 12.25. Okay? All right? I want it in point slope form. And I want it in slope intercept form. Okay? Point slope and slope intercept. So let's start with this. This would be 2/3 x and y. Okay? I'm going to put the opposite here, which would be plus 12. I'm going to put the opposite here, which would be minus 25. Okay? So that is point slope form. Real easy. Already got my answer. Now to get slope intercept form, if I have to get that, I have to distribute that out. Okay? All right? So you got to know when to stop. If they just ask for point slope, you're good. If they ask for slope intercept, you're going to have to go to this next part. Okay? All right? So let's go 2/3 times 12 is 8. So I got 2/3 x plus 8, y minus 25. Okay? I would add 25. I got to make sure I only add it to that one. Okay? So that'd be y equals 2/3 x. Okay? Let's go 8 plus 25, which is 33. Okay? All right? And that's how we do those. All right? So what I like you guys to do, okay? I would like you to do these two questions. Okay? Write the equation of the line. Okay? All right? So that has a slope of -7, passes through, let's say 2, -11. Okay? And so for problem 1, I want it in point slope. For problem 2, I want it in slope intercept. Okay? And then the other one I want, write the equation of the line that passes through a slope of 5/2. And passes through, let's say, -8, -10. Okay? Go ahead and pause your video. Okay? Question 3, I want you to tell me what it is in point slope form. Question 4, I want it in slope intercept form. Okay? So go ahead and pause your video and go ahead and complete that. Okay? All right? So for point slope here, what I want to do, y equals x. Okay, my slope goes here of -7, opposite -2, opposite +11. Okay, that's good. That's all I had to do for that. For slope intercept, I have to distribute that. It's still y plus 11. -7 times x is -7x. Okay, -7 times -2 is +14. To get that in y equals, I just subtract 11. Okay, make sure I go to that one. So y equals -7x. All right, 14 minus 11 is 3. Okay, just remember when you get done, your slope should match. Okay, that's the way you know you're right. Your slope matches. All right, for this one, point slope, I'd have y, I'd have equals, I have x. Okay, I put 5/2 here. Opposite, this would be x plus 8. Opposite here would be x plus 10. Boom, done. Okay, for slope-intercept form, some of this stuff I'm going to keep. I'm going to keep the y plus 10 for right now. All right, 5/2 times x would be 5/2 x. All right, 5/2 times 8. So 5/2 times 8 is 20. I want to solve by subtracting by 10. Subtract by 10 from that one, so y equals 5/2 x. 20 minus 10 is 10. Okay? All right. I want to do one more type of problem in this lesson. That's all probably we're going to have time for. Okay? All right? And we'll pick more up on this on the next lesson. All right? We want to write the equation of the line that passes through, let's say, -4, 2, and 6, -8. Okay? And we want those in point slope and slope-intercept form. Okay, all right, now, a little bit different here, okay? They didn't give us, okay? They didn't give us the slope, okay? Now, we should all be good by now with finding slope. Turn the wheel to the left, 2 and -4. Turn the wheel to the left, -8 and 6. XY, 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 XY. Notice those match, okay? All right? So then what I want to do is I just want to do the math going across. All right? 2 minus -8 is 10. Okay? -4 minus 6 is -10. And I want to divide those. 10 divided by -10. I get -1. So that's my slope. Okay, so I have to do an extra step there. Now to get a point slope, it's really easy. -1, x. Okay, now someone's going to say, Mr. Evans, which point do we use? The last one we only had one point. You can pick out either one. If I use this one, okay, I can't use any parts of this in this example. But if I choose that, the opposite of the x would be 4. The opposite of the y would be -2. Okay, and I'm good. Okay, you could have done -6 and +8. That would have been fine as well. Okay, now I'd still have y minus 2 for the slope-intercept form. -1 times x is -x. -1 times 4 is -4. Just to show you that, -1 times 4 is -4. Okay, I just add 2, add 2. Boom, y equals, okay, -1x, -4 plus 2 is -2. Boom. And that's the answer for that one. Okay? So all we got to do, okay, is find the slope, all right? Okay? And we're just do a simple example. We'll work on the more complicated ones next time. Okay? So let's finish off class. Okay? Write the equation of the line that passes through. Let's pick out our points here. Oh, let's say this. Let's say. No, that's not very good. That's definitely not very good. Okay, let's say the points are -3, -5, and 5, 11. Okay, so for problem 5, I want point slope form. And for problem 6, I want slope intercept form. Okay, so you can go ahead and pause your video. Go ahead and work on that. Okay, gotta find the slope first. Turn the wheel, -5, -3. Turn the wheel, 11 and 5. Okay, -5 minus 11 is -16. -3 minus 5, -8. Divide those. Is 2. Okay, so for point slope, I have 2, parentheses with an x. Does not matter which one I choose, okay? If I choose to do this one, I can do that one, be -5, and that'd be y minus 11. That's good, okay? Or I could have had 2x plus 3 as opposite of that, and y plus 5. Either one is acceptable, okay? Let's say I started with this one, the slope-intercept form. I'd have y minus 11 still. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times -5 is -10. Okay? Add 11. Got y equals 2x. And I just use my calculator. -10 plus 11 is 1. Okay? All right, so that's a good start with that. Next class, we'll pick up with some more complicated examples involving 2 points, but that's good for this lesson.